Hey everyone, Jason, Colorado Mountain Man Survival and the Survival University here. Today I'm going to show you a quick impromptu video I did on using cotton balls and Vaseline as a fire starter in inclement weather. I'm out at camp. You see the shovel behind me, the avalanche shovel. I used it to dig down to ground level beneath the snow so I'd have a dry platform. And I used some logs to use to get the cotton balls off the Vaseline up off the ground. That was my first mistake here because, as you can see, I'm having a hard time get close enough to those cotton balls of Vaseline. I usually like to get my knuckles right up against that cotton ball on a good platform so I can get a good spark. And you may or may not have noticed, but the very first strike I hit my knuckle on that piece of smaller log and cut my thumb or my finger, my knuckle. You'll see it here in a minute. Anyways, I really want to get down in there closer to those cotton balls and Vaseline. So here I moved them up so I can get in a little closer, but I still can't get down there because if I rest my hand on that log, it's going to tip over. But I want to try to get that cotton ball fluffed up. Fluffing it right here, I'm exposing some of those inner fibers so it'll take a spark better. Because of the wind and the snow, it did add a little bit moisture to that. I usually like to add more Vaseline to those cotton balls so that they're a little bit more water resistant. But you can see, I get it going here. Always put your tools back. I put my knife back definitely because I don't want to get cut. Put my knee on it, put my hand on it, still hold my ferro rod because I'm not convinced yet that this is going to stay going. Normally I wear my knife around my belt, but I put my wool pants on and hadn't attached it to my belt yet. If I were in a strange environment, I would definitely have that attached to me so that it would be less likely to lose it. But that's why I'm holding my hand. But yeah, there you go. You see me bleeding from smacking my finger on the log. The wind is blowing a little bit, so I kind of want to use that bigger log as a wind barrier, but it's really hindering me. Fluff up the cotton ball, expose the inner fibers, takes a spark easier. And here we go again. It's kind of an off day for me. It's taken me several tries. Usually I'm pretty good with this, but everything just was not going in my favor, and I'm trying to hurry. I'm cold. As soon as I put it down into the log every time, it seems to, something goes wrong, and things go wrong. And I don't like cutting out my errors so you guys can see, you guys can learn from what I'm doing when I'm wrong. Again, trying to get it down in there to block the wind. You can't really see the wind too well, but it's blowing a little bit here. But me being able to get closer to those cotton balls helps get that fire started, or get those sparks on those cotton balls. Now the cotton balls that were out were a little wet, so I decided to get some that were drier, fluff them up, try something different. If something keeps failing, don't keep doing it over and over and over again. Try something different. So trying to let it get caught here a little bit more before I transfer it down in between the logs, and I'm doing that again to keep it out of the wind. A little bit of a wind barrier. Alright, now I'm feeling a little bit better about the fire, so I'm going to start adding tinder. Again, it fell over on me, but fortunately there was enough flame to get things going. Notice I'm starting out with small twigs, little tiny tinder, ladder fuel. This was collected off the side of a tree, so it wasn't on the ground. And then I'm going to put little tiny twigs in there. Put my tools back again, or anything that I'm using that's man-made. Notice I'm not jamming those sticks down in between those logs. It's I want the oxygen to get to it. Oxygen is very important to get fire going. I'm keeping them somewhat long. Put my tools away. And then I'm going to slowly start adding slightly larger tinder, and it's chaotic. They're going in all different directions. I'm not doing any neat pattern. Fire loves chaos. It allows it to climb up through the different sizes and gives it enough oxygen along with the fuel. I might have to back down a little bit and put some smaller pieces on, but I'm pretty confident here that it's going to stay going, so I'm going to continue building with larger pieces. Wipe off the water. There's camp. Here we go, just adding more. Pretty good fire. This could still potentially go out, so I'm not going to walk away from it until it's really rolling. But I'm not going to make it that far. I'll shut the camera off here shortly. But continue to add tinder, because I want this thing to get nice and hot and just be raging before I go walk away, do other tasks. Stupid log.
Made a couple mistakes. Cold. My hands are cold. The wind blowing. Got a little bit of moisture on that cotton ball and Vaseline, but as you can see, it took off. It just took me a few extra tries. But yeah, gonna warm up now. Ciao.